Hey, this is Fanta. I have been gone for quite a long time, and I haven't made a video on this channel for I think months, almost a year. And if you still remember me, then I'm here to tell you, basically why I've disappeared, and also kind of update you on my plans and everything going forward. Now, the first thing I want to say, because a few months ago, well, actually, I should say it first. The first thing I want to say is that the dream is not dead. Okay, the dream is not dead. I'm still very, very confident and very, very ambitious to make Project Chimera, to make the greatest video game in the world. Okay, I'm still going to do that. Like that is 100% my intention, 100% my goal. However, the method, the way that I'm going to get there has changed. Along the way, things don't always go as you predict. So sometimes you need to pivot, you need to go around, but the end goal, the thing that I want to achieve at the very end is still the same. All the things that I wanted in the video game that one day I will create. I still want all those things, but the way that I'm going to do that is different. Is not the same way that I'm going to do it right now. So my new plan is, before I actually can explain to you my new plan, I need to explain to you a concept that I've learned from my multimillionaire mentor, Dan Lok. If you don't know, I actually flew to Vancouver to meet Dan Lok in person, and that's actually where I am right now. I'm actually in Vancouver again. And basically, this happened last year, and I've been living here since then. And um, if you don't know who he is, he's a very big influencer. You can just go and Google his name, his YouTube. But when I first found him last year, he wasn't that big. He grew to like 1 million subscribers in just like a very, very short amount of time. So he basically, I learned a concept, like a wealth concept from him, and that is the model that I follow in my own life to basically get to where I want to be in life. So I actually just wanted to show you this concept, and the way that I want to show you is like on a whiteboard. Well, actually, it's a digital whiteboard. It's actually just me drawing in a paint program, and what this is he calls this concept the wealth triangle. The wealth triangle. So I'm just gonna draw a triangle. I'm gonna make this as even as I possibly can, but it probably isn't. It actually looks pretty good. So this is the wealth triangle. Okay, so we're gonna type wealth triangle, and he created this concept. I actually learned it from him. All I did was apply it to my own life. Okay, so this is not something original that I created myself. This is something I learned from him, and he's very, very successful. His net worth is almost at 9 figures now. So it, basically, I won't introduce him too much, because if you just like Google his name or anything like that, you'll be able to find him. And basically, this whole concept is, well, you have to master all three sides of the wealth triangle to create wealth in your own life. And the reason why I want to create wealth in my own life is because, well, I'm not just going to make some random game that I can make in my basement. I'm trying to create like this massive, this really great game, and I need to be able to, like, what's required of that is, like, I will need to be running a big company, big corporation, something along the lines of like Blizzard or or Riot, or anything like that, right? So I need to, that it's required in order for me to achieve my goals. That's why it's required for me to master wealth, right? And basically, have the business acumen and also accumulate a lot of money, right? It's required for me to achieve my goals. So because of that, I need to follow this concept, and this concept will clear up once and for all. Like, if you're interested at all in like, um, you know, business or wealth or making money in your own life, like if you just learn this concept, you'll kind of clear up once and for all like where you should begin. if you should like be doing real estate or whatever. Um, this is like the thing that will clear up everything. So on the first side of the wealth triangle is a high income skill. Okay, it's a high income skill. And a high income skill, the way that he defines it is the way that my mentor defines it is it's a skill that's able to earn you more than $10,000 US per month. You know, so basically, if you have a high income skill, it's something that will allow you to earn over six figures a year. Okay, so that is a high income skill, and that's the first side of the wealth triangle. And the reason why you want to master this is because if once you have a skill to basically make you money, you're basically able to just create cash on demand, right? It's still trading hours for dollars. It's still like going in and trading your time for money, but your it's basically it's something that you can earn like a high like big dollars for basically. So the way that like a few examples of high income skills is stuff like learning how to do advertising, learning how to do um, copywriting, how to do sales, closing, how to do like social media as well. Basically, it's a skill where you can go into the marketplace and you can trade this skill, because your expertise and your time in order to make a lot of money and just like right away. Basically, make a handsome amount of money right away. And that's the first step. That's one side of the triangle. And so basically, once you have this side, you will be a six-figure earner, right? So that's the first side that you will need to master. And then the second side is the is scalable business. So this actually explains to you like once and for all, if you're thinking, well, should I be starting a business right now, or should I be investing in increasing my skills? This basically explains it once and for all, because this is side one and then this is side two. And then a scalable business is a business where you can put more money in and get more money out. Okay, you can put more money in and it can just scale and become bigger, and you can get more money out. So an example of a scalable business could be like an internet-based business. It could be like if you're doing like perhaps e-commerce, or you're running maybe a company that's like a software company. Like a software company is also a very, very good example of a scalable business, because it doesn't require more infrastructure. It doesn't require you to have like more things. Like for example, a non-scalable business is like a restaurant, right? If you open up a restaurant, you can't all of a sudden make your restaurant bigger. Or if you were to open up a second restaurant, you would need to invest a whole lot of money to basically build that first. And um, you would have to hire people, staff to be in that restaurant and all that stuff before that second restaurant can make money. But a scalable business is basically you can just put money in and it would just keep pumping money out. So like a software company, for example, a company like there's quite a lot of them. There's like those like companies that can send out like any type of software tool. For example, why can't I think of a software tool? Stuff like Adobe or something like that, right? Adobe, or like where they're making software for you to use. And there's a lot of software companies online that you would pay money for, and basically they charge you monthly to use that software, right? So there's a lot of those types of companies online, and it doesn't cost them more money to get another customer, right? Because it's a software. So when they sell that, basically it requires them. It has like no extra cost to deliver that to another customer, right? Because it's purely digital, right? So that's actually a like software companies are a very, very good example of scalable businesses. So that's the second side of the wealth triangle. And then basically, if you have a scalable business, it will create cash flow for you. So you'll be able to, it'll basically be, when you put money in, it'll just put more money out for you. So, and then once you have enough, once this scalable business is scaled really, really big and it's generating you a lot of cash, then it's time to move on to side three. And side three is a high return investment. So side three is high return investment, and this is basically, he defines it as anything that is able to make you a 10% return, year in and year out. So that's basically, it could be like real estate, it can be investing in other companies or anything like that. And basically, this is the model that I'm going to follow. It's a model I'm currently following right now to basically be able to achieve what I want to achieve one day. So the way that I'm going to do this is right now I actually have another business. Well, actually, it's not a business. I can't call it a business because I'm basically just trading my time. I'm a consultant at the moment right now, and the thing that I'm consulting people for is actually YouTube, because I've been on YouTube for years and I know how to get people to come to a channel. I know how to like grow the audience and stuff like that. I'm sure you know this as well. And but what I didn't know before was how to be able to make money from having a YouTube channel. And actually, YouTube's actually a very, very powerful tool to be able to make money for a lot of people. So I combined my knowledge that I've learned in the past year in marketing and sales, and I combined that with the knowledge that I had before with YouTube in order to become a consultant. That's basically, I help my clients be able to monetize their channel and be able to make, like realistically make money on YouTube. That's what I'm doing right now, and that's a high income skill because I charge my clients a lot of money to do that. So that's side one. That's how I am mastering this side right now in my own life. That's what I'm doing now. And now once I have once this grows big enough, once I have a lot of clients, then basically what I'm planning to do is to create a scalable business. And the way that I actually thought would be really, really smart to create a scalable business is actually to just make a gaming company right there and then and there, but not in the gaming company that can create like the big game that I want to create, but maybe a gaming company that is perhaps could create something like a mobile game. If you're on this channel, I play a lot of those, you play a lot of those, and I think those, it doesn't require a lot of capital to create, and it's very, very scalable because it's basically all digital, right? So a gaming company actually is a scalable business, and like a video game company actually is a scalable business. So I think once I have completely mastered this side, then I will move on to this side. So that's basically this side number two, and then eventually once I want to grow and turn this video game company into like that big corporation that I want one day, is I can use money to basically acquire and merge other companies in order to do that, and then that will become my high return investment. Basically, I can go and find other companies who are already profitable, and then I can buy them out, add them onto myself, and then that's how one day I will have this giant like big video game corporation. Like that's and then at that point I would have all the resources I need in order to create the game that I want to create, the greatest video game in the world, right? And that's my game plan. This is my new game plan, And I think this is a very, very realistic game plan because this is how a lot of people have turned themselves into multimillionaires. And this is the way that, Dan Lok did it himself. And this is the way that I think it's like a blueprint, basically. It's like a blueprint. And the details will always change, and kind of the direction, the way that I'll get there, once I am, once I've done like this side, this business, or this kind of this um, consulting skill that I have right now, that I'm trading for time and money, that can also become scalable in the future as well. And there's different ways to do that. So yeah, that's basically my plan. That's how I intend to get there, and create Project Chimera, and the greatest video game to ever exist. This is the game plan. This is the one that I'm following right now. So, kind of, what does it mean for, I guess, this channel? I wanted to keep this channel as my personal channel. I think this YouTube channel will always be my personal channel. I'm probably gonna be like really, really famous in the future. I'll be like, all over the news and shit. But like, this will kind of be my gaming. Well, it'll kind of be like my hobby gaming, personal channel that I will always keep. And I still intend to like play games whenever I'm free. I still intend to make some content on here, and I still intend to I still actually have this vision of like one day, when I create this video game, that I can still play it myself, right? I can still play it myself. I can still make videos. I can still stream it and stuff like that. I think at the end of the day, like, there's no point in creating in creating the greatest video game in the world if you can't play it, right? If you can't play it yourself. So I think this channel will just be kind of my personal channel, where I just share the kind of the things that are just for fun, like games, anime, stuff like that, like I've always done before. Um, right now, I don't have a lot of time to be making a lot of videos, but what I do have is, I do have a little bit of time, and I've been playing just a few mobile games that don't require a lot of time for me to play each day. So basically, I can just play for like, I guess, an hour or two a day, and like at most, um, and just kind of casually. And I think I can still share that on this channel, and I think it's a really good way to also, uh, build myself up as like a gaming influencer, right? And I think this will definitely still help me in the future, because all types of, like, if you have attention, then attention can become power, right? If you're like a famous gaming influencer or something like that, you can still use that attention to, like, if I one day, for example, were to like start crowdfunding for something or anything like that, having that attention is a lot of leverage, right? So I'm always thinking, there's a if you ever read Rich Dad Poor Dad, there's a quote in the book that says, like, never say you can't afford it. Always say, like, how can I afford it, right? And then Dan Lok actually has a quote. He says, the poor people say I can't afford it. Rich people say I how can I afford it? And the really rich people say, how can it make me money, right? And that's the question I ask myself. Like, if I want to be spending even a minute of my time doing this, right, instead of doing the things that are on here, I need to ask myself the question, how can it make me money, right? So that is everything. That's pretty much it. I just want to share this with you before I do anything else on this channel. so you can kind of know the direction and the plan that I'm going, and to also remind you that, you know, it's in the works. It's in the works. Like, it may take me 15 more years. It may take me a while, but you know, the greatest video game in the world is in the works, and it will become a reality one day. So I hope to see you again in the near future. And until next time, take care.